Yo, Big Kish back up in here, man. We back at it. This time we got Glasses Malone and how he feel about the 21 Savage F the Streets movement. I don't know why I keep saying moment. But yeah, we gonna hear Glasses Malone spaz on him because he, like I said in the previous video, he has the same standpoint as Whack 100. It's like, y'all been lifted up from the streets. The streets supported y'all. So when people say the streets, they're interpreting as the people in the streets. The way I think of the streets is our circumstances. That's what I mean by streets. When I disagree on stuff like this, I mean like the circumstances. Let's not represent these circumstances. Let's do better as a people and not hold on to the destruction mindset. We don't have to do that. Let's evolve. That's what I mean when I say we don't need to be a part of the streets. You know what I'm saying? But how they look at it is, don't try to on your people. Nah, don't. And I agree with that. Don't ever try to on your people because you done leveled up and you are at a certain place. No, help bring your people up. That's why I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? But let's listen to Glasses Malone and his perspective of the 21 Savage F the Streets movement. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Us are above the program. And I get it. It's easy for the streets right now to become victimized by mainstream. Mainstream is tired. Like I saw some dude talking so much about ghetto people yesterday. This is the time to talk about poor black people. This is the greatest time in the world. The greatest time in the world to talk shit about poor black people is today. You're going to benefit so much talking shit about poor black people. The streets is you saying poor black people in Atlanta. Shout out to the real streets of Atlanta. They made you a millionaire, bro. They made y'all a millionaire. When all of us was saying, man, you sound crazy, you wearing dresses, when all the rest of the ghettos around the country was saying, man, what's up with you? You know who held y'all down? The streets of Atlanta.
So I seen a post that said, there's no way you could, who was it? They said, there's no way you could separate the two. If you're saying F the streets, you're saying F the people in the streets as well. I don't know if I agree with that because, like I said before, I'm looking at it as the circumstances that we were put in by the higher ups. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we don't have to be, they didn't have to put us in a project. They didn't have to do that thing in the 50s where though they had to kick the man out and all of that stuff. We could have got some land, our 40 acres and a mule. That's why I say I separate the people from the circumstances that we don't need to be in these type of circumstances. That's how I'm looking at it.
That's who held y'all down. The streets of Atlanta. Thug, when niggas around this motherfucker was looking at you crazy, you know who spoke right about you? Killer Mike. Big Boy. The streets of Atlanta, when all of us was looking at y'all crazy, when you had that sword in your face, 21, you had that sword, and you sounded like, to people, you sounded like you couldn't read at a 3rd grade level, because that's what they thought when they heard you rap. Before they heard you interview and heard your intellect, when they thought you couldn't even speak properly, they thought you was slow, they thought all this old crazy shit. You know who held you down? The streets of Atlanta. Now that you millionaires, now that y'all up, now that y'all actually had to be accountable for some bad decisions you made, right? If you got into this whole thing with that, what's a young boy from the A that was in jail too? Lucci, you had all that silly going on with all these millions of dollars and y'all was over there acting a fool, breaking the law and doing your thing and trying to find your own justice based off whatever you had, and you had to be accountable, and it cost you some of your progress in the business. Now it's the streets of Atlanta.
That's what I'm saying. I get what they're saying. It makes them look bad because why would you wait till you're not doing good, you're being exposed, your team being exposed for telling, and y'all got this stuff going on to now all of a sudden saying F the streets. You should have been saying you don't want to be a part of the destruction of your people and putting it in your music. But this is not what you represent. This is not what you represent in your music. You represent the destruction of your people. This is why it looks so funny, and this is why everybody's calling them fake, which I 100% agree with them. Like, is it real? From now on, are we going to get loving your people, promoting loving your people in your music? If we're not going to get that, no, I don't believe you, bro. I don't believe you.
No. Your decisions, homie. Your decisions. I think all of y'all in therapy, because therapy the only thing in the world that make everybody else blame everybody else. I think therapy the only thing that make you feel unaccountable, and it's everybody else's fault. But 21 say the streets ain't brought us nothing but trauma. That's a lie. When we thought you was from England and we started to question like how much of a real A-town could you be? Exactly, Reed. That's a great point. When you figured out you was actually English, you was here on a green card and you got deported. You got deported and it was like, oh man, this nigga is tea and crumpets. You know who held you down and stayed with you? The streets of Atlanta. No Ceilings Live, the lunch hour, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, noon Pacific Standard Time, noon Pacific Standard Time, right here on No Ceilings by Glasses Malone YouTube page. Click that like button real quick.
Another thing I may add is that everybody that's in the streets currently, not everybody is about the destruction of our people. Not everybody is out there selling substances. Not everybody is out there having shootouts or whatever. Not everybody in the streets is partaking in that. You know what I'm saying? So, for him to say that it's just bad in the streets, it's a lot of good people in the street. It's a lot of bad people in the street. You know what I'm saying? But it's people that want to get out of those circumstances as well. They don't want to be there. But he's not the face to be doing this movement for real. I say people like D1. D1 is the one that, everybody should gravitate to when they want to change their lifestyle or whatever. Not no 21, not no 21 Savage. As far as therapy, when Glass Malone said, yeah, you need to go to therapy, I believe 21 Savage, Young Thug, who else? Probably get 6ix9ine and some other people, well-spoken people that disagree with him, right? And sit at a round table with Kirk Franklin and have some security there, so nobody won't act get all crazy and over emotional. You know what I'm saying? I really think this should be the gateway to a grown man conversation. Like a real grown man conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, y'all represented this your whole career. Y'all representing the destruction of your people, your whole career. Now all of a sudden is after street. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely get that.
Right now, double tap your screen if you're on your phone on YouTube. If you're on your laptop, your iPad, click that like button. If you're on Twitter, retweet this link. Tag 21. Tag Thug. Okay. If you're on Twitter.
Yeah,
if Big Boy ain't gonna tell him, I got him. If if Killer ain't gonna tell him, I got him. If CeeLo ain't gonna tell you, I got you. I tell you. If it means we ain't gonna be friends, f it. Thug, we already was where we was at with it. Cause I didn't like that little bullshit you said. And I was on your ass like a silk quilt. But you deserved it because you knew you was disrespecting a bunch of grown ass men. 21, you know I f with you. But you out of line. That's f***ed up. That you want to shit on the streets of Atlanta right now. Because you definitely ain't on the streets of LA. So you only can be on the real streets of Atlanta. If you're on Twitter, retweet this link. If you're on Facebook, share this post. We do this stream to support the No Ceilings podcast.
When he said 21, you know I put you or whatever, right? That brought me to mind of this. Just because you being rebuked by your people, that don't mean that they hate you. That mean that they just trying to correct you and line you up in a good way. Like, just because you hear Glasses Malone or Whack 100, these are the older guys. They gonna tell you like it is. They not gonna hold no punches back. Yo, this is what it, like, yo, 21, Young Thug, this is what it really is. That don't mean that they want to unalive them or nothing like that. It just mean they trying to, as a big homie, what they call it, right? Trying to steer them in the right direction. This is where you wrong, bro. And ain't nothing wrong with that. We need more of that. This is where you wrong, bro. You don't need to do this, bro. We need to set you up. This is why I do like that Kurt Franklin roundtable thing. It allows brothers to get together and speak their minds. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I need. Like, that's why I like Big Bank, the one that 21 Savage just went on his podcast. And Big Banks, he gonna tell it like it is. He not gonna hold no punch. He ain't gonna lie. He not gonna lie. Yeah, I do think a lot of these OGs need to get together and have a real street conversation to let the younger generation know that it's possible that they could get together and speak on problems, get rebuked. No, bro, you shouldn't have did that. No, bro. Okay, tell me why you disagree with me. And actually have a conversation without no guns being involved, without nobody getting over emotion. You know what I'm saying? We need more of that. So I commend Glasses Malone for coming out saying, hey, look, you know I rock with you, but you need to be corrected, little brother. You need to be corrected. This is what we need, y'all. No lie. This is what we need. So yeah, this might be the beginning of something that we actually need. Who knows? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe and comment. Big Kish signing out. Going, y'all.